Hey, it's us. It's the ladies of Rewatch and Wine, and I'm Raya.
Frieza.
Champagne.
And Lynn.
And we are here to bring to you the book to movie adaptation of
To all the boys I loved before.
That sounds like a song.
I know. To all the boys I've loved before by Jenny Hong.
And the movie is on Netflix. Check it out.
everything is on Netflix, it seems like. And today we will be drinking. This is a wine that was bottled at Cooper Hawk Winery. It is labeled A4. It is a blend of Riesling, Pinot, Muscat of Alexandria, and Gewürztraminer.
Close. Gewürztraminer.
Gewürztraminer. I got it. Very good, very tasty, but this is what we are drinking today. Pick up a bottle.
Yum.
Yum. Yummy, yum, yum. I love Cooper Hawk's wine.
Me too.
Me three.
Gotta make.
We need to take a visit there.
Yeah.
Holding.
Yeah, just turn it up in the building.
All right, so let me just say that I am a little bit excited about the fact that there's 2 more books and 2 more movies. So hopefully you guys will hear us review those at some point in the future. I didn't realize that until after I got started. I almost pulled Araya and watched the wrong movie. You know, she does that. But what y'all think about the book? And this, by the way, is Champagne's pick. We know she's so romantical.
I is.
Okay, so what you think, Champagne? It's your book. It's your book. What you think of the book?
I actually
What you think?
did like the book. But unfortunately, the main thing I took away from this, unfortunately, because of the times that we're living in right now with COVID and everything, is the amount of kissing and sharing of drinks and food in general that they were talking about, and I'm sitting there literally gagging, like, oh, that couldn't happen now. Ugh. So yeah, that's.
Can I have a sip of this? Can I try that? Yeah.
Try it. Yes, it's weird, but yeah, that's one of the things.
Yeah,
but I actually did love the book. Huh?
And he's like, let me try your Korean yogurt. And like,
Right.
I like the little bottles. It's like a spoon. So I can see him like drinking out of it. And I was like, ooh.
Exactly. Now to picture it in your mind on the book is, it's actually different than actually seeing it was worse, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But back in the day when we were young.
But yeah, I enjoyed the book a lot. I did not like the ending of the book, unfortunately.
Me either.
Yeah.
I did not like the ending of the book at all.
Yeah.
Poo-poo.
Yeah, I didn't like it, but I like the storyline. I like the the background story of her mother. Like, I just wonder, like, what made that be how the woman passed away, like by hitting her head. It was just a weird death for her mom.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the relationship between the girls and the father and him trying to cook their native food, and like, I loved that whole storyline. I thought it was too cute.
It was.
Yeah.
It was funny because like I didn't pick up the fact that he was not Korean. And so he like made some kind of food and to embrace their culture. And so I was like, well, isn't it your culture? And then I thought about oh, it's not. Okay. I had like, half the book went by. Didn't realize that he
The
was
whole
not.
book went by for me because I didn't know.
And like I was like, oh yeah. I don't know. I missed it for some reason. Not in like a bad way, but just like my brain did not like compute those facts.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think I almost feel like that's what they wanted because to me it just wasn't as obvious.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Early in the book, I knew he wasn't. I didn't know what his nationality was, but I knew he wasn't Asian. I don't know why. I just knew it. Mm-hmm. And I hadn't watched the movie. I didn't know anything about this story or this book or this movie or anything. So I don't know why I knew it. I can't pinpoint why, but I felt
you smart like that. You smart like that.
I realized it in the book, and then I forgot it, and then I watched the movie, and it's like this tall white man, and I'm like, oh, Len, get it together. Forgot again. I had a whole moment by myself, like, who are these actors? It doesn't match in my head. Like, I envisioned like a little Korean dude, and then I was like, wait, Len, I knew this.
I did not at all.
My brain decided not to like actually remember that. So,
But was this movie popular? Because I'd never heard of it, and it just seemed like it would be kind of a cutesy popular movie, and I've never heard of it.
I think it was. I heard of it. I think it's not new.
Right.
I think the next one is a newer one. I think came out this year. I think.
Yeah, the third movie came out this year, and I think the middle one came out in 2019.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I remember hearing about it when it first came out.
Oh.
Also, not the books, but the movies on Netflix. It was like really, really they did a good job of advertising it, and then a good job of advertising like the sequel of it. So I was like, all right, let me add it to the list. But then I'm like, don't watch it. So I kept like scrolling by it all fast on Netflix. So I made sure not to spoil it for myself.
Right. That's getting harder and harder to do. Like every time a television show or movie comes out that I want to watch, I'm like, let me see if it's a book first.
Right.
I
don't think I need to do that because half the time I watch it and then we read. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh yeah, I did.
But I think at least for me, I think our opinions change when we watch it first. I know for me, I know it does. It has to.
Mm-hmm.
If I've never read the book and I just happen to watch the movie and then read the book, I think it's different for me. So I do like reading the book first most of the time.
Yeah.
Agreed. But I did like the book per se. It wasn't like my normal cup of tea, as nobody's like being chopped up or like murdered or
right.
zombies. So not my cup of tea, but I actually like kind of enjoyed the fun banter between all three siblings.
Yes.
And it really showed their cohesive unit. That they said they used to argue when their mom was alive, and they made a point to make sure that they were like a close-knit family after. So like those type of things I really enjoyed seeing or listening to reading. Had like a buffering moment where it was just like, wait, what do I say? Sorry. I really enjoyed it. I was surprised that I enjoyed it because I was like, man, I gotta read this romance novel because of champagne.
Champagne.
Hey, I gotta
love that marriage.
But I mean, everybody had that as like a teenager, like their random crushes that like really didn't make any sense to anybody else because nobody knew you actually were like madly in love with them.
Yeah.
Everybody went to that phase. I had mine, and now I'm like, oh God,
what's wrong with me?
I got a letter, but I'm like, oh, don't tell anybody about that, Lynn.
Right.
But just imagine imagine writing the letter and then them finding it.
I'd be mortified, literally.
Yes. To like a whole batch and burn all of them. But yeah, so I actually enjoyed it. I was pleasantly surprised.
You are a champagne.
Thank you. It's funny because after reading this book, I was on social media and I came across, friend suggestions, and I came across like an ex who's obviously married and everything now, looking a hot mess. And I was like, whoo, dodge that bullet. Glad I didn't write that letter.
Right?
Yeah.
So I guess comparing the book to the movie, the one thing that disappointed me was the actual baby sister, because she seems so much younger in the book to me.
Yeah.
And in the movie, she was a lot older. So I kind of liked the babiness of her in the book.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't really grasp that enough to me in the movie. That was one of the only negative things. But I tell you what, I love the ending of the movie 100 times better than the ending of the book. Like I really love the way they ended the movie.
Me too.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think the age that it in the book it came across of a bigger difference in the ages. So I think that to me really was more significant in the book, where I don't think I grasped it at all. Like I don't think I got the same meaning. I did not get the same feeling from the book in the movie when it came to the younger sister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was kind of weird.
I didn't understand why I don't know if you guys noticed, but they changed their last name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird because in the book,
Notice.
Covey, and I kept why is he calling her freaking Covey? What does that mean? Is that a nickname or why? And then I realized, like, wait, in the book, what was their last name? It was the Song Girls.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was like, what? Same thing. I'm like, this Covey. And so me being
Didn't
like,
even recognize it.
I felt because I was like, what is he calling her? Because it's not Song.
Right.
It's some weird nickname. And so I put it on and I'm like, that's supposed to be her last name.
Yeah.
I had no idea either. So I had to use the subtitles to figure it out,
Right.
even in English.
Wow. So yeah, didn't notice the change in the last name at all.
Because he kept saying it, Covey, 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 hey, Covey. And I'm just like, what is that and why?
Right.
So another change I did not like was how Kitty, or the little sister, ended up sending out the letters. Like, in the movie was more of a practical joke, but ain't nothing funny about that. So, but in the book, she was angry.
She was vindictive, yeah.
So it was more of a revenge type thing.
Yeah.
So I didn't like that it was, because that's not a funny joke for anyone, really, technically.
It's not funny at all, and it made more sense when she was being mean.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And even the beginning,
Interesting though, in the world now of what is the the stuff that we watch on social media with all the
Your voice is dropping, Ray.
I said now, like in this era of so much more social media, I don't know what it's called, but they always have those practical jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of feel the same way with those. Like, for real, that wasn't funny. And I was stabbed.
Yeah. Right.
that
I've been fighting all day.
way. Agreed. I also don't like the change on how I guess Josh came into play. Not Josh, Peter. In the beginning, like in the book, it was a car accident, which showed her like vulnerability. Like she was freaked out. We all know that she didn't like driving, not that she wasn't bad at it, just like actually didn't like driving. And it showed him coming in as like this kind of like suave, debonair guy, but he was still thoughtful.
Mm-hmm.
In the movie, it was like, oh, hey, I got your letter, and then I ran into you, and then I'm going to kiss you.
Right.
So I was liking how they didn't really build their characters from the beginning, how the book built their characters.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
I agree with you.
When he pulled up on her in the book, it was more, you could feel that, oh, we used to be friends. Hey, that's that girl I know, kind of thing. And when they played on it later, as far as the contract, it was more so he made it seem like, oh, this is going to be our story. Because she was asking, like, how do we like get back together? I mean, how did this, come up? And he said, oh, remember when I picked you up, kind of thing, or stop. We could say that it started there, kind of thing. So it all tied in. And with them taking it out, it was just, I didn't like that part.
It's unnecessary. Like,
it was.
Done that and taken out the whole like track scene. It was just like, I don't know. I didn't like how they made that change.
Well, they, in the school, the whole boot situation, even though he didn't say anything, he kind of gave her that look, like, I don't see nothing wrong with your boots, when the girlfriend was, the girl was being nasty. So I felt like they were trying to display that there was a little teeny bit of a connection to build it up, but you're right, they missed a mark, because the book, you really felt like, well, wait a minute, he must be feeling something. Like, he's just being really nice and
right with the cupcakes and all that. He was there. He helped her.
Yeah.
In the movie, he just came in and was like, "Hey, I'm going to a movie. I mean, going to the party or whatever, get dressed, kind of thing." But
I want you to be
everything seemed more happenstance. Isn't that the word? The little old word to use. It's just a little happenstance.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he came to her house to help her with the cupcakes, remember he just walked in, took his shoes off. It was more. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but I wish they didn't take that out.
Yeah.
And so I was a little like had animosity as I'm watching the movie because I'm like, man, what else you gonna change now? Change the first 5 seconds.
Well, I was pleasantly pleased. I mean, I thought, with the exception of these things, they followed the storyline. I know we haven't moved into the cast. We can talk about it now. I actually love the casting for the movie.
Yeah.
With the exception of the baby.
I was going to say, so the younger girl.
Except for the younger, yeah. But I mean, down to even her best friend and her best friend's cousin, Chris.
Yeah.
Like I felt like they did a really good job.
Yeah, I agree.
Me too.
Yeah.
And the hot tub scene was on point.
Mm-hmm.
Although in the movie, I thought they had sex because she hopped up on that Billy like.
I was up on the bone. That was gonna be one of my questions to y'all until she said it. She actually said, "God, I'm a porn star and never even had sex or whatever." You know,
Right.
Yeah, I got a sex tape and never even had sex kind of thing. And I was like, oh okay.
Yeah, I'm like, girlfriend looked like she was getting it in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was.
Marco like did the big sister thing by like fixing it, like
yeah,
in Instagram and getting it like taken down for like child porn or whatever. I like how she like took over that role.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like, you know, I'm mad at you because you're in love with my boyfriend or my ex-boyfriend, but like you can't have him type thing. So it was a little cattier book, but I do like how like, well, I'm mad at you because you do love my ex-boyfriend, but I'm still going to choose the bigger road or path and be your big sister. So I do.
Right. But in the movie, she made it clear, like, I mean, you didn't tell me that it was a letter that you sent a long time ago. Like, they really closed the loop on the fact, like, okay, I'm not mad because you sent the letter like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And so I do like that. I agree with you. It made the sister more mature, considering she was kind of mature running the household all of her life. So why did she get like catty and stupid at the end of the book?
I was going to school like
because she actually kissed the ex-boyfriend.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah, in the book.
In the book, yeah.
The ex-boyfriend that kissed her.
Oh, right, but she didn't kiss him.
Right. I'm glad they left that part out, though.
Do you get in trouble if somebody kisses you, but you don't kiss them?
Well, she kissed him back for a hot, but that's when she. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm
wondering, is that bad? You can't really help if somebody kissed you.
That's true.
What you supposed to do?
It all depends on how many seconds it is.
Yeah. It's the timing of
time or how quickly they went in. If you didn't have time to stop them, how can you get in trouble? But you just had to clock them after they started. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
My favorite part of this conversation is that the married women are talking about.
We're the ones trying to make it clear.
Oh, this is all staying.
Oh god.
Shouldn't have got to that point, right?
Right.
Had to like add that little tidbit in there, sprinkle it.
Basically, a little Salt Bay over here.
Exactly. I was like, nobody notices this.
Because just for clarification though, it's not really based on who it is. It's based on the timing of it, whether it's bad.
Based on how long it lasts.
It's also based on, again, whether it was a
reaction
moving slow, so you knew what was coming and you let it happen, or it just was jumped in quick. And you're like,
right, because it also depends on your reaction after too. You gotta, you gotta clock.
It does take time to process what's happening though, because you can't.
That's what I'm thinking, Lynn.
You gotta be
like if I just happen to be at an event and I trip and fall onto Hill Harper's lips, and
wait a minute, because now it's more brought to people's attention because of COVID, so you won't. It's not going to take you that long to realize somebody's on your lips.
I'm vaccinated. I had my teeth.
And if your eyes are like this.
Right, yeah. Your head is tilted back.
That's how you kiss.
Yeah.
Right. And at the same time, the arm is coming out the shirt.
Basically. Now, you will have a problem if your arms start going up around his head, too. That's probably an issue.
Okay. All right. I wanted to just check because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, plus we probably need to tag Hill Harper in there since we mentioned him, right?
Don't we mention him in every episode?
You do.
We? I was going to say thank you, Champagne. Is there a we on that?
It's like, what do you do?
Okay, so y'all ready to rate this?
Look, she all confused. Right.
Water.
Huh?
You need some water.
I need some water.
Let me clear my throat.
All right. Who's ready to vote?
Yay.
I'll vote first.
Go ahead.
It's gonna have to go ahead. It gets a full blast for me. I mean, necessarily was so excited over, but it gets a full blast.
I agree. Full glass for me. I love the book. I like the movie. Adaptation to me was great. Full glass, which is why I'm looking forward to the next episodes because they didn't blow it like other movies.
Right.
And so they can continue it.
I will agree also. I will give it a full glass as well. It was pretty good. And I absolutely love the ending of the movie.
So I was dead set on like a long day of work, like before we had this conversation. And after having the conversation and pointing out like some of the positives, some of the negatives, but the positives definitely outweigh the negatives. So I have to give it a full glass also.
Oh, we get a bottle. Champagne, you rolling.
I am rolling.
I don't know about.
Wait, what was my last one?
Oh no, that was Tiffany. No.
Ride that wave.
Ride the wave.
That was terrible. Terrible.
Yeah. So
Full bottle.
full bottle. All right. Well, check us out next time. Thanks for joining us.
Follow
We got
us.
big things happening this year, so be on the lookout for some
Please.
virtual events that you can participate in.
Yes.
Follow us on
Rewatch Wine, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and our website at rewatchwine.com.
And YouTube.
Like, subscribe, follow us, stay safe, wear a mask.
Get vaccinated.
That's a cabbage patch? That